Hello dear children, welcome you all back to chemistry class. In our last class we have learned about the components of air. In today's class we are going to have a look at an activity which helps us to understand that oxygen and nitrogen are present in the air. In order to do this activity, as you see here in this picture, we need a bell jar with 5 equal divisions that are marked on it. We also need a trough that contains water. Then we need a crucible that contains phosphorus and also a cork. Now in order to do this experiment, a bell jar that has 5 equal divisions marked on it, as you can see from 0 to 5. Now this bell jar with 5 equal divisions marked on it should be placed in this trough of water. Now as you place this bell jar in this trough of water, make sure that the level of water inside the trough and also the level of water inside the bell jar should be the same. Now this crucible containing phosphorus is placed on a cork and then it is made to float in this water inside this bell jar. Now after that, we need to ignite this phosphorus with the help of an iron rod. That is, this iron rod that is heated is inserted into this bell jar and phosphorus that is placed in this crucible is ignited. Now as phosphorus is ignited, after some time we observe that there are dense white fumes that are formed in this bell jar. We also observe that the level of water had risen up. So there are two observations that we have noted. One is that there are dense white fumes that are formed in this bell jar, and we also observe that the level of water had increased. Now let us see what are these dense white colored fumes that we see here in this bell jar. Now these dense white colored fumes that we see here is nothing but phosphorus pentoxide. That is phosphorus that was placed in this crucible. As it is ignited, it reacts with oxygen present in the bell jar in order to form the product phosphorus pentoxide. It is this phosphorus pentoxide that we see as dense white colored fumes here in this bell jar. Now, other than these dense white colored fumes, it is also observed that there is increase in level of water. As you can see here, initially the level of water was up to the mark 0. Now later after the experiment, the level of water had increased to the mark 1. This means that oxygen that was present in this bell jar was used up during the process of burning. Now this oxygen that was used up, and hence that oxygen's space is occupied by now water. So oxygen present in this bell jar was used up during the process of burning of this phosphorus, and that oxygen's space in the bell jar is occupied by water. That is why the level of water had increased. Now from this experiment it is concluded that there is an active component that is present in air that reacted with phosphorus during the process of burning. And that active component is oxygen. So active component is oxygen, and it is this oxygen that was used up in the process of burning. And oxygen supports combustion. So since the level of water had increased to the mark 1 here, since it has increased to the mark only 1, this indicates that 1/5 of the volume of air comprises of oxygen gas. Because we have told that oxygen's space is occupied by water. So now water had reached the mark 1, which means that 1/5 of the volume of air comprises of oxygen gas. Now there is remaining 4/5 of the air, or that does not react with phosphorus. So that is known as the inactive component. So inactive component does not react with phosphorus, and that is why it remains behind in the bell jar. So it is this inactive component which is not used up in the process of burning, and it does not support combustion. So it is concluded that 4/5 of the volume of air comprises of nitrogen gas. 1/5 of the volume of air comprises of oxygen gas, while remaining 4/5 of the volume of air comprises of nitrogen gas.